You can't make 10% a month from trading without gambling. If you could, you'd be working on Wall Street.
Here we go again.
Here's the latest out of Meet Matt, who is back on Twitter with a vengeance. He's been putting out these kind of hot take posts, and if you don't follow him, Matt, check him out, Meet Matt L on Twitter. But he says you can't make 10% a month from trading without gambling. I want to ask you guys in the comments section to weigh in on this. What do you think? Do you think you can make 10% on average per month from trading without gambling?
I'm not a gambling man.
Now, this is a hot take because it is actually way more controversial than what you would imagine. And I'm going to give you guys my take, but first, let's just take a quick look at some of the reactions from people. Hi, Matt, in your experience, can you share what percentage monthly ROI would be reasonable to expect on average, assuming I want to restrict my drawdown within minus or under 5%? Matt says 2 to 3% from what we've seen at Lark. I made 9% on a trade, 1 to 9. I also want to say this person says, well, I made 9% on a trade. I think that the point of the post is not necessarily to say you can't make 10% in a month. It's 10% on average every month. Is that possible? Or is it possible to, on average, generate 10%? You might have 20%, you might have 5%, you might have minus 3%, minus 5%. Is it possible to make on average 10% per month? 10% a month is baby food. I do that a week. Give Goldman Sachs a call. I will say Matt always has the comebacks loaded in the chamber when it comes to Twitter. There's no such words as you can't, and you personally can't tell me that I've proven the impossible to myself over and over, Matt. I'm not hating or anything. I'm just being real and keeping it a buck. It's great that you feel that way, but unfortunately the market doesn't care about your feelings. Wow, Matt is going in. Anyways, let's talk about this. And again, I want to ask you guys, what do you think? Can you make on average 10% a month? And I will tell you, I can't. And I do these videos every once in a while, and they oftentimes get people really heated because some people, it makes sense. It makes sense why this point, if it is true or if it is not true, if 10% a month on average were easy, everybody would be a quadrillionaire. It would be so easy. If you could do 10% a month consistently for years and years and years, you'd be one of the richest people on earth easily. Look at the, you plug it into a calculator online, you compound 10% a month, even with like a $10,000 account. In a couple decades, you're one of the richest people on earth. By the way, guys, if you have not already, we are doing a free giveaway for a gold VIP membership within our Discord community. All you have to do to join is join the Discord link, which is down below in the description. When you click that link, you're automatically joined into the competition. We'll be giving away 1 gold VIP membership to someone at the end of this month. The gold VIP membership involves our coaching webinars, our trading live chat room, our trade alerts from Frank and myself who run the trade room. So there's a ton of value. And if you'd like unlimited access to that group, enter for a chance to win. Click the link down below in the description. So the point is 10% a month on average. It doesn't sound too crazy to newer traders. When people first get into trading, they're like 10%. So if I have $1,000, of course I can make $100 a month on my account. It sounds pretty easy. The problem is when you are trading in markets and you are entering and exiting the markets, you have to ask yourself, who is on the other side? If I'm making $100, who am I taking that $100 from? You're taking it from the market, which has other participants, and the vast majority of the money moving around in the market is made up of highly professional traders. And these aren't people drawing trend lines and making massive decisions off this. I'm talking about people who are looking at major macroeconomic statistics. They're looking at, they have PhDs, a floor full of PhDs, computer science majors, quant, computer traders. Everybody is getting in on the action. They're competing for that $100. So if you think it's going to be easy to walk into the markets and make 10% per average on your trading account, you are clearly naive and new to trading. Because if you've done this for any amount of time, that ain't easy to do. And I don't say that to be a naysayer. I don't say it to be a hater. And I clarified, I don't think I could do this because if I was to try and shoot for 10% a month, could I do it for a while? Probably. But what am I going to have to do in order to make 10% a month? I'm going to have to risk the entire account.
Well, now I'm a gambler.
Because to make 10% a month on average. You're going to have months where you might go down 40%, 30%, and then another month where you're up 40% or 30%, and you're trying to balance out and come out with an average of 10%. You're going to, yes, obviously 10% doesn't sound ridiculous until you realize losing streaks are inevitable. Does not matter how good you are trading. The market does not care. Things can change and your strategy can go out the window no matter how good you are. Even if you're the Warren Buffett of trading, you're going to have losing streaks because the market does not care about you. The market does not care about your strategy. And what works in a trending market may not work in a sideways market. What works in a sideways market may not work in a trending market. No strategy is bulletproof. The point is, if you think you have a bulletproof strategy, you haven't been trading long enough. Nobody on the professional level thinks that their strategy is 100% foolproof, bulletproof, whatever. So with that out of the way, if the professionals on Wall Street acknowledge that, the best traders in the world acknowledge that, why should you be different if you're trading a small account? I'm not trying to sound like a naysayer and a hater. I'm trying to rationalize what markets are to you. If you are newer to this stuff and you think 10% a month is reasonable, it's because you haven't been doing it long enough. 10% a month is incredibly difficult. And every time I talk about this, people, like I said, they get all up in arms because it sounds like I'm telling you trading is pointless unless you have a huge amount of money. And in some cases, that is the truth. That is the unattractive reality of this world. This world is not made for small account traders to get rich. That's just the sad reality. I wish it were different. It's not. If you're able to prove yourself as a trader, what Matt points out with 2 to 3% per month, in my opinion, is remarkable. And it's not just my opinion. It's major prop firms around the world are looking for traders who can do that consistently. Prop firms, money management groups, professional firms, they look for traders who can do consistently small amounts of money without risking tons of money. That's the name of the game. Because if you're going to stick around for 20 years and you have 20 years to work with in your trading career, you don't need to be making 10% a month and risking the entire account. You need to be making 1, 2, 3, 4% per month and compounding that over and over while keeping that risk managed. That is what professional trading is all about. And that is why most new traders, they quit within the first 90 days because they think, hey, 10% a month, that sounds reasonable. I'm going to do that. And then they sober up when they realize that that is way more difficult than it sounds. And now the next thing I will say is, I always say this and nobody ever delivers this. If you think 10% a month is possible, there are sites out there like MyFXBook or people's brokerage statements that they should be able to release publicly. Now, if you say, well, so-and-so did it on MetaTrader, so-and-so did it, if they own their own brokerage, if they're doing it on an offshore brokerage, there is absolutely no validity to that. Because I could open up a MetaTrader account. By the way, I could open up a MetaTrader server and I could simply fudge the numbers if I wanted to, show it on my hand, show it in my MetaTrader, and that is fraud, and it's also easily manipulatable. But if you're doing it on TD Ameritrade, if you're doing it on Oanda, if you're doing it on major regulated brokerages and you can log in and show people, then you have my respect because that's real. But if you're doing it on MetaTrader on some offshore brokerage, don't show me that. That means nothing because, and again, I'm not trying to sound like a hater. It's just that people commit fraud so that they can sell a ton of courses. It's the reality. People do evil stuff all the time. However, if somebody is out there and they can show 10% per average on a regulated broker on like MyFXBook or brokerage statements logging in on camera, that has my respect. But in my opinion, you don't need to do 10% per month to have a really successful trading career. That is another fallacy I think that a lot of newer traders find themselves in. You can have a wildly successful trading career with 2 to 3% per month because you can get funded, you can compound your money over time, and you could even perhaps attract other investors to lend you that capital that you're looking for to trade on their behalf. There's so many opportunities. If you're able to generate 2 to 3% on low drawdown, you will have a wildly more successful career, in my opinion, than somebody who's trying to shoot for 10% average per month and risking their entire account to do so. This is not a fun conversation to hear for newer traders because this sounds really depressing. I remember when I first started, when I really spent a ton of time back testing and I realized that no strategy I could generate or build or design was able to do 10% per month without blowing up at some point. I remember feeling really down because I was like, I don't have $1 million to trade at that time. You know, over time, I've been able to build capital and do a lot more with the money that I've made through trading, through my business, my software business, through this YouTube channel, etc. And I understand not everybody's in that situation, but the point is, I've been doing this for years and years. There are ways to make it. It's an entrepreneurial kind of journey to become a profitable trader and to scale it up to be meaningful, but it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort. So again, I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, I'm not trying to be the naysayer of the room. I'm trying to tell you that there is a very positive opportunity in trading with really tight risk management and going for consistent small gains over time rather than trying to rush the whole process and become rich quick. Again, this is rooted in so many traders that fail. They believe this stuff, and that's, you know, they think like, oh, 10% a month, that's child's play. Nobody does it, nobody proves it. At the end of the day, it's like, if you can't show people doing it on a regulated entity, logging in, MyFX book, regulated brokers. Again, the reason I keep saying regulated brokers is because regulated brokers have oversight from third-party stuff. So they are much less likely to commit fraud and scams. Can they still do it? Yes, but the difference there is that their doors are open to regulators auditing and taking a look at things. Whereas an offshore brokerage, somebody who owns their own brokerage, somebody who does anything like that, the doors are closed. They can do whatever they want. They can show you whatever they want. They can fudge everything from start to finish. And many people, unfortunately, will be fooled by that, thinking that that is a possibility. And what that does, and why it bothers me, is that tells people like, hey, that's going to be me too. What if it's all fake and you just bought into something that's going to blow up your money and make you, you know, worse off than you started, believing a pipe dream? Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Comment section should probably get pretty interesting with this one. It always does. And I think it's a good conversation to have. And it's a good, important debate to have as well, because again, you know where I stand with it. I hope you got something out of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. If you're looking to improve as a trader, we've got some cool free resources here that I wanted to share as we close today's video. Down below in the description, there is a link to join our Discord channel or our Telegram channel. And we also have our website, a1trading.com, where traders can get access to free course material to help you improve as a trader. Remember, we are also live Monday through Friday on this channel around 9:30 a.m. US Eastern, broadcasting most live news events and that sort of thing. So hope to see you there. And also, we do have a couple videos here showing up on the screen. If either of these seems like it might be helpful to you, then make sure to click here or here, and we'll see you there.